Polishing Profits podcast, where we discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions. Here to help you grow your detailing business, your hosts, Nick and Dustin.
Oh, hey, Dustin. Happy Friday.
Hey, are we live?
We're live. We're here.
What? Oh, okay. I don't know. I was waiting on the intro there. What am I doing?
So just a little distracted there on a Friday. Happy late Thanksgiving. How you doing today, Dustin?
Doing good, brother. How are you? Let me get this shared on my Facebook.
We're doing all
too.
right, you know.
I was just waiting around on the intro, like in my headset, and it never came. All right. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's finally Friday, and man, what a week. So this is one I'm glad to get to, and I guess maybe get through.
Get through. I like that. That's a good saying. Start off the show with a good saying there.
Right. Yeah. It's been a good one. You know, last week you were kind of having a shitstorm of a week, and we started.
Dustin, it has been 2 weeks now, just so you know.
Oh, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So it found its way back over here to my shop.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of like a cloud. You know what I mean? You don't really know which way it goes, but it's always going to be over somebody.
Yeah, you can take it back. You know what it was is I was laughing so hard at your shitty situation.
It was awful.
It happened.
I was going through it too, and
Yeah, it did. And so look, man, we had I would say a new guy in the shop. He's not new. He used to work here a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Went off and done his own thing, came back, and literally it's like third day back, he gets in a car or a truck and then backs it into an SUV that's right behind it. I mean, it's way back here, but you could see on camera, like there was another car backing up, but another one of our team members. So he's backing up, they're backing up, and he's kind of just like getting out of their way.
Yeah.
You know, so he just kind of like speeds up a little bit to get out of their way, and bam, right into another car. Tailgate was down, so it got the tailgate, it got the grill, the bumper, the hood of another SUV.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shit.
Now let me ask you, you just renovated the shop over there. Does that play into it at all?
Not in this case. In any other case, it might have. But what happened was bad habit. Over the last few years, we got in the habit of lining our vehicles that are next in line on up, but they're way back. They're like 100 feet from our shop. Like they're
directly in line.
And we have a fence line that we could easily put them on that gets them out of the way.
Yeah.
But I know why they do it. They pull them in line. They're ready to go. So when they're, when the next one goes out, they come right in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, so, a couple things happen. First, I'm in the middle of a meeting, and Rob comes into my office, into the meeting off camera, and his eyes are that big around, and he's like, Dustin, we got a problem. I'm like, no, we don't have a problem. You have a problem. I'm in a meeting. And he's like,
you know what? He's having a bad day.
He's having a real bad day. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it's not important enough for you to interrupt this, so stop. So he's like, okay, and he leaves. Well, then Chelsea comes through. So apparently him and Chelsea get together, and Chelsea's pacing from one door to the other in my office.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I don't know if the roof is not, if my room is not on fire, y'all need to find whatever y'all are stressing on, find it in another office, And they're like,
find a different hallway. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go out. When I get out of my meeting, I'm like, well, obviously there's a problem, so why don't y'all go ahead and lay it on me? Oh, well, a truck backed into another truck. And I said, well, what do you think I was going to, you think I'm going to go fix it? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, what is the steps to fix this problem? You got to call the insurance guy, right? Call the body shop, like call the customers, like not call Dustin,
That's not the first thing, just call Dustin?
No, I don't fix tailgates and hoods. And I mean, I wish I could, because it'd save us about 10 grand, but,
that's not your deductible, Dustin.
No, that's if I paid it out of pocket. We actually, in this instance, believe it or not, so, Black Cloud only shifted a little bit. We don't have a deductible. We have auto owners insurance, and for this particular type of incident, we don't have a deductible. It's my first time to ever make a claim with them like this. Usually, if something happens like that, I pay it out of pocket. It's usually
if it's something that's
small.
not, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Absolutely.
If it's under a couple grand.
It sounded like, again, if you got tailgate, hood.
Yeah, and it ended up around $9,500 or something. I called and me and my agent talked about it. He's like, look, if it's under $5 grand, probably just better just to pay for it yourself. I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyways, and they came back, and they're going to have to do. I mean, it's significant. It's fairly significant enough work.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm like, there's a process.
Customers were
here.
good. The communication was good with them. Nobody.
Customers are fine. We've already done another vehicle while that one's getting detailed. I mean, while that one's getting fixed, they brought another vehicle for us to detail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was fine in a bad circumstance. It's not, about what happens. It's how you handle it, you know? And then, so I went outside. One of the things that was kind of cool, I guess I've grown up a little bit in the years.
All grown up.
And I brought everybody together, and they're ready for an ass chewing.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, bring everybody together. So I said, you know why this happened? And they're like, no, why? Or no, they started saying, well, we weren't looking, we weren't paying attention, we were in a hurry, blah, blah. I said, no, this happened because we're working out here. We're busy. There's business happening.
Yeah.
Things happen when you're doing something. When things don't happen,
nothing
when
breaks
you're
if
not
there's no
doing
cars.
anything.
Yeah, you can't crash cars if you don't have any.
Right. I said, so listen, it's been years since we've had an incident.
Yeah.
Here's how we're going to fix it. We're going to park these cars out here on the thing, on the fence to get them out of the way, or even further back. There's a point that's
you're gonna have them
back.
like a mile away for a week, just so they gotta walk and get them.
But there is a point where it makes sense because there's another like alley that comes through on our property, and so there's a point where it makes sense to go back a little bit further, and then you really wouldn't have to worry about it anyway. And I said, we're going to fix that. But I said, you know what? Here's the thing. We win together and we lose together. I said, this is a loss. And poor Jack, his name's Jackson. Poor Jackson thought he's like, man, I'm going to get fired. He's like, I can work weekends. I can do this. I can do that. I said, no, here's what we're going to do. I said, I just need you to clean it up. Don't let it happen again. That's all I'm asking you. Don't let it happen again. Eliminate the chance of it happening again.
Well, and you stepping in and saying, okay, procedural, right? Hey, these cars are not going to be parked here. I mean, sometimes it comes in bunches, though, right? So let's say there would be a different way that someone could, you know what I mean? And
well, you change. You change. And when you change stuff, people are, I mean, these guys have been pulling cars out of here for 10 years, like the same way, it's just, and when you said the shop remodel, so the way we added on, it really did not affect the way that they come in and out of the building. It's just,
and that's why I was thinking change wise. You know what I mean? Like,
it changed didn't get it this time on the remodel side, but change has the potential to get it. And so it's never ending. I mean, with those kind of things, it's just part of it though. Like the only time you're messing up is when you're doing something. If you're not doing something, if you're not making decisions, if you're not progressing, you're not messing up. You're not making mistakes, and so there's as much value in mistake as there is progress and perfection.
But I think part of it is like when something like that happens, making sure that those steps are figured out of like, okay, what are those things that have to be done before you have to shoot Dustin a text, right? Be like, hey, this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like, because there's certain, like, you could call the customer, you can get the, insurance information, you can get all these things done to take it off of your plate there.
Absolutely.
So that when it becomes time to bring you in, it's not like, hey, this happened, what do we do? Right?
That's it. And so obviously pacing my office shouldn't be part of step one. I
just think of it like you just got a bunch of people like poking in, like
if you could have seen it, I knew it was bad because I could just tell the energy was just like completely
that meeting
off.
Probably went to you can't even focus on the meeting. You got people looking in.
It's our staff meeting for IGL. There's 15 people in this meeting, and I'm running the meeting. Mike and I are like it's my section.
Yeah.
And I see my door open, and it's odd that anybody opens my door anyway. And Rob pokes his head through there, and his eyes are that big around. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? He's like, I got a problem. I'm like, no, we don't. No, you got a problem. Whatever that problem is your problem. Fix it. and then for Rob, so Rob leaves. He's sweating bullets. He's like, I don't know. So he goes and gets Chelsea. Chelsea's
like, what was Chelsea doing? Was she just...
So she comes through my door. There's two doors in my office in two different ways, and she's going from one door to the next. And would close
inside the office or behind the wall?
Corner, a corner of my office. It's off camera. Yeah. I can see it. It's in my room, and she's going from door to door. And then she would look, and I'm like, and she'd go back, and then she'd come back.
Is she traumatized by it? There was some trauma there.
Traumatized.
Everyone. Yeah.
Everybody. And so I step out, and the first thing they're telling their side, what are y'all doing in my office? Oh, well, we have this big problem. I said, well, okay, what is it? Well, the car backed into another car. I said, well, what am I going to do? Like,
Yeah.
what do you need me for? I'm not
You don't
fixing
do
the
PDR,
bumper.
a little paintless debt removal, just
Call
pop
it.
that out.
Right, call. If it's that simple, you fix it. But like, other than that, call the insurance guy. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Call the customer. Tell them we got a problem. So,
But-
I can't fix it.
But you know what's funny? It's like, okay, look, if you've got your business, whatever the business is, right?
Uh-huh.
And you ask yourself, okay, as a business owner, when are the employees coming to get me? Right? And if you can take a pause at every time they come and get you and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to have them come get me. If it's something that, you know what I mean, doesn't
Yeah.
actually require me, I'm never going to have them do that again. And the only example, we just had, internet, phone, Comcast went out for like 3 hours, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, guess what? We have a different payment system
Yeah.
that's set up
Yeah.
to the cell phone, right? So that
Sure.
we can still accept payments and whatnot and
Yeah.
keep operating.
Use the
Well,
cell
guess
phone.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. Use it. Run.
Don't come get Nick. I'm not
I can't
Comcast.
climb the pole and fix the line. Yeah. What do you want me
All
to
I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it and replug it back in. I don't know what you want. I'm not the IT department, but by doing that, right, that happened one time and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. Here, worst case scenario, if I'm not here, you guys got to handle it. You guys still got to, we're not washing cars for free.
This is the way I refer to it, and I tell them I'm not your easy button. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not gonna run to me and press the button and get that was easy, because you know what? Nobody. I didn't have an easy button, and therefore you're not gonna have an easy button.
And that's
You get your ass in there, figure it out, do the work, and then you'll respect it. You know.
You know what's funny is there's two. So again, when you have an employee that's training to be in a position where they're going to want to use you as an easy button, right? Whether that could be for detail question, that could be for PPF, tint, business, handling customers, right? Figure out when it's an easy button. But you know what's really cool is when you get an employee that isn't using you for an easy button, they handle the situation but want to talk about it.
They just want to learn. Yeah.
Right?
They just want to learn.
That I like. That I enjoy. That's
so
awesome.
Here's when it comes. If you come to me with a problem, come with a solution. Okay,
Yeah.
because then you've thought about it. Don't bring. If you bring me a problem and bring me your best guess at a solution.
Yep.
All right, and then then I see that you've worked. We got one, Chelsea Botter. She's our retail manager, and she is a pro at solving her own problems, but doesn't have the depth yet to like feel like, yep, that's what we're doing. She just wants to show me.
Yeah.
And she will type that shit out in an email, and she'll say, here's the problem, here's my 3 different solutions, and here's why I think these would or wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I don't even care what you be, like, let's
Well,
try
A,
it.
B, or C, they all sound good.
You probably put
You're
more
better
thought
than
into
what
it than
I
I'm
would've
fixing to.
But
So,
the thing is,
but
think of
that's
it like this: when you got that headache,
Mhm.
I tell them straight up, whatever you do, I got your back. So even if you make the wrong decision,
Yes.
you pick the wrong multiple choice,
absolutely
I don't care. I would rather you
make
just
a
do it
decision.
and make the decision, act on it, and we'll talk about it after if you've got
And I'm
questions.
going to
on it.
ask you, why did you make that decision? Not to prove you wrong, not to catch you in a lie. It's to understand what you were thinking when
Yep.
you made that decision. What your thought process? What led you from that to this? And
Yeah.
then if there's a break in that, it's like, oh, okay, no, here's the way you needed to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
Here's why what led you to this other decision. But here's the reality, and this buys back a lot of time, is I did not hire you and put you in that position to
come
do
get
it
me.
for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if I got to answer it, I might as well
I might as
not
well
pay
go.
you and sit in that chair and do it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like you figure it out. Figure it out.
Yeah. but
and
you know what?
do
And
it.
it's nice because you're going to see that growth with certain employees. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That you're going to say, "Hey, look, they're handling it more. You know what I mean? They're making those decisions. It's a positive growth." And then no one ever talks to you anymore.
Well, then you have man, amen to that. You have then you have ownership stake. Like okay,
Yeah.
like this is mine. I'm making these decisions. I'm like carrying this along.
Yeah.
And so now it's vested interest. It's not just like, well, Dustin, I do this because Dustin tells me so. Like, what kind of job is that?
Yeah.
Like, who? I don't want robots. Like, robots sound real wonderful, but I don't want that. I
Yeah.
want creative. I want thoughtful. I want innovative. I want work ethic. I want people that are really going to challenge me
Yeah.
and challenge the business,
I want to be passionate about trying to grow. You know what I mean? The people that are there, like when we bring in Tint or PPF, who's coming over and asking questions? Who's coming over and wants to see, figure stuff out?
That's right.
I know obviously you guys had me all inspired when you guys were doing your trainings there. So we had -7 degrees and snowy. What the heck are we going to do on a cold day like that, right?
Fire
You're shivering just thinking about it, Dustin.
Bro, my jacket's right here. I'll say it was 50 and I have 3-4 layers on.
Yeah. So we're just bringing in cars and we're just putting people to tent. I don't care if you do it, not. You're going to watch me do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do that same window 3 times.
Absolutely.
We're going to train people, you know what I mean, to do some of the stuff and have an opportunity to grow. And that's been really fun. So we opened up Nick's Tint School there.
No, that's what you do, man.
Yeah,
that's what you do. And then it makes, the thing is people want to know that there's more of an option than what they're doing.
Absolutely.
They want to learn. They want to grow. And you got to be able to make sure that that's set out there for them. And we're not, here's the thing is there is no limit or ceiling to our people here. You can do whatever you want to do. As long as you're doing it professionally and you're showing the want, then I'll provide, kind of thing.
Yeah. What else? So we had Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving there, Dustin.
Yeah, thank you.
What was that week like for you guys?
Oh man. So it was work. We did Thanksgiving on the Sunday before.
Okay.
With the family because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was gearing up for 2 Black Fridays at both retail stores.
Yeah.
Big events, biggest events of the year, like thousands of people in each store.
Yeah.
And then Thursday was spent with Chelsea and I going to Thomasville location and doing a few things that I had been, I don't want to say putting off, but I didn't have a chance to get to all week, just some where we were remodeling that store. And so that Thursday was work. Then Friday we had Black Friday here. Saturday we drove to Thomasville, stayed the night. We drove in the middle of the night Friday night to Thomasville.
Yeah.
And then ran Small Business Saturday up there to be in the community and that kind of stuff. So this past weekend was busy.
That sounds stressful. That sounds long, exhausting.
Yeah,
I just went to the in-laws, ate some turkey.
I came home. My grandmother had me a plate on Sunday night. We came home Sunday night, and I got Thanksgiving a plate on Sunday night from Thursday.
Yeah.
It was good though, man. It's just part of it. It's part of where we're going.
The part of it is it speaks volume. Anyone listening, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to do Thanksgiving on a Sunday. If you've got business and you're busy on that Thursday, you got people you had to squeeze in, you had to do this, you were behind on jobs. Well, it's real. That's real life,
Well, and people talk about work-life balance, but that is my life too.
But planning it, you know what I mean? You can have work-life balance, right, and it might look crazy to someone else. You're working on Thanksgiving, you're doing that on Friday. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you're planning it out because the Sunday before, you know what I mean, you were there with family.
We did, we did the Thanksgiving with the family, and then and the thing is like Chelsea and I were going to Thomasville. It's work, yes, but it's also the store's closed up there. It's kind of fun. You turn the music on. We spray painting some air vents and things that it's not. You're not digging a ditch around the building, okay? What I mean? Yeah. It's the stuff we've been putting off doing or not have time to do, and it's like, well, just go up there on Thanksgiving Day and do it. It was perfect,
But think of it like this: most detailers, they work weekends. Their weekend might be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a weekend and a work weekend. There's days that you're working and days that you're not.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And again, we're busiest on Saturdays and Sundays. We're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're working every weekend. But it's okay, great. I'm going to be off. I got nothing going on Tuesday.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just different.
You take that. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of how we do it. It's just you just do what's got to be done. And the thing is like people want to talk about like, okay, well, I don't know how you get all that done. I don't know how you keep up. And it's because I work at it. Like every day you come in here and you
gotta enjoy it a little bit too. There's got to be a little bit of, you know what I mean? Like,
there is. Keeps
the title of the show is Handling Headaches, right?
Absolutely.
But there's a certain feeling, right, when you handle the headaches in the way that I know you do and I know I do, that you're like, yeah, that shit felt good. You know, what I mean? We got this.
That's where it comes from. Yeah. That's why that it feeds you. It's selfish. It really,
Yeah.
it's selfish. Like people needing you
Yeah.
and businesses needing you is a very selfish thing because that's what feeds you. Like that's what
Yeah.
feeds me. It has zero to do with the dollar. Like I've said that a million times. It has nothing to do with money. If it did, then
We've
I'd
been doing something different a long time
I'd be
ago,
in
right?
trouble. Yeah, it has everything to do with just building a team. And my number one goal in business is to build a team that can do anything. Like
Yeah.
do anything. Like if that okay, you know how Elon Musk like okay, I'm gonna build a rocket and go to Mars. Like that's what he wants to do. Like
Yeah.
the ability to go put a team together to do that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
I want to build a team that can, if we say we want to do this, we go do this.
Yeah.
And we've done that, and we're in the process of doing that, and it keeps everybody on their toes and everybody guessing, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, let me ask you this, because I think, we talked before the show. I know you had a good November. We were busier than
Yeah.
expected. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. Yeah, busier than expected.
So when it gets busier than expected and you're dealing with these headaches and and the shop is, packed,
Yeah.
and then you're there wanting to do tint and PPF, right? I know you are. I know we're trying to do
Yeah.
some more training and do more of it.
Yeah.
How did that go? Honestly, the last 2 weeks, right? Because you had your training, about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it hasn't. Yeah.
No, but that's on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
speak a little bit on that, because
Okay, so
time
we did-
goes like that. 2 weeks are gone. You're like, shit, I wanted to push
Practice
of
more,
this,
do more.
but I was
Yeah.
working on this.
Yeah, I mean, business doesn't stop, and we got busy, and it's like, a matter of fact, in a meeting, I think it was Monday, I said, "How is training going? How are we doing on PPF?" And they're like, "We haven't. We haven't had zero time." It's perfect. Okay, that good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
but we gotta, because we're launching it in January. Here's the reality, though. In January, we're launching limited services.
Yeah.
A pillars, B pillars, cups, door cups. Like the simple stuff that we can do.
I remember someone telling me that like a couple of years
Yes, you
ago.
did. Yeah, but before you said that, I wrote it in a notebook.
You,
what I did.
You're like, what is PPF? Is that a
Now, when you say PPF, so yeah, I mean, and so we have this grandiose plan of training every day, and we're gonna cut, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and then business happens,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, we got to learn that again. Still,
But-
we still
but-
got to learn that.
my suggestion for you guys and people
Yeah, I'm
listening,
listening.
and you're there, like you're just starting doing it, you're like, shit, I don't want to do a full front right now. I'm not ready to handle 6 of those. I don't have the staff for it. Do free B pillars and door cups for the next 3 months on
Great idea.
every ceramic or every detail. So now you've got your work on the street. Do it for free, because think of it as like a sunk cost going into your business when you're just trying to do a new service. People don't like doing stuff for free, but that's your training. That's what, you know what I mean? That's what's getting you going. What are your thoughts on that, Dustin?
Yeah, I mean, it's
It scares you.
it does, but
Don't be
it's
scared, Dustin. Don't be scared.
No, I love the idea of the free service. We've already done some of that stuff, very small, like the little thresholds coming in and out of the truck doors. That's so cool. I did mine. We did my dad's. Did Chelsea's hood on her SUV. So we're doing but absolutely, I think that's a great idea, and it's a great suggestion to offer those services.
But
Oh no,
there's
no,
no,
no. I
no,
think
there's
we're
no
gonna-
but.
No,
No,
I don't.
that's
I
the
don't have a
point.
butt. No, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I do remember writing that down, but I'll have to figure out. No, I think that's a
The
great
cost
suggestion.
and the
Nick.
time of doing a B pillar or door cup doesn't cost anything. But what it does spur is a conversation.
Absolutely.
So that person's in there for a detail. That person's in there again for us because we're doing window tint. Anytime anyone's doing PPF, I'm like, hey, do you need your windows tinted? No charge. I got you covered.
Yeah,
It lets-
love it.
I might go through that one window 4 times, but it doesn't
Right.
matter because every time you do it, you're figuring out different stuff. You're getting better. You're just
right.
you got to do
Improve it
100
over time.
cars. Anyone you're training has to do 100 cars to get to the point where you feel like, okay, hey, something
I
comes in
can
the
do
door. I
this.
feel good about it.
Yeah.
So
Well, the same thing with rock windshield, windshield chips and things like that,
Yeah.
and paint touch up. Like you
Yeah.
learn so much, but just by doing it, you got to do it.
But the money, you know what I mean? Because you see those price tags on PPF.
Yeah.
Let that money come in a year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let it come in 2 years when you've got a trained staff and you're buying pallets worth instead of a roll. And you're like, crap, I've only got this much roll before I got to buy another one. You know what I mean? So
Well,
I don't know.
technically, Mike and I bought, I don't know, a warehouse full, but if he's watching
Yeah,
this,
you know
Mike,
what? But
just
some of us got to pay for our rolls, Dustin.
no,
Okay,
I
some of us
know.
out
No,
here, you
I
know.
no, Easy N has to pay for rolls. So, but we have a big announcement coming soon for IGL. We've teased it a little bit. Most people probably, or some people know, but very soon you'll be able to find those products at IGL. So,
You want to give a teaser? What kind of surprise are you trying to do?
yeah, well, I'm not gonna fully announce it because there's still
course.
just a little bit of
Yeah, of
formality's
course
sake.
not.
It's
Yeah.
done. It's done on a handshake and a toast, but
Yeah.
and the contracts, the ink's still wet. So,
Anything new on the IGL side?
yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff coming. A lot
Yeah.
of new. We're finishing this year very strong. We've ran some really good sales that help put product in people's hands.
Yeah.
Customer creation, a new account creation is strong. Our ambassador team is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So it's everything's looking good for IGL. We got some good stuff going with new e-com site that we're building or working on, and that's our next big step. So,
Well, and your new ceramic arcane, right?
Arcane is blowing
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. 4-year single layer. Like butter, man. It looks great. It's a more hydrophobic than Elixir, so it's got the really good beading like Kenzo.
Yeah.
Still, it's hard to compete with a 2-layer Kenzo. Like that base and top, man, is a beautiful, beautiful finish, and it lasts. So when you think about Kenzo, it's still here,
Yeah. You're trying to. What is that customer going to see the value in, and what are they going to want to buy? Right.
It's a bridge in the gap for somebody
Yeah.
that's not willing to pay, the money for the 2 layers, the true correction and ceramic that's extended period, 5 years, like that full on thing where you can go in Arcane and maybe do light polish and coat 4-year, 3 or 4 year. It's a 4-year product. We always downsell ours, so like a 4-year we would sell as a 3-year.
Yeah.
You
don't know what that car's going to be, where it's going to be at, what's it going to be doing.
You don't know how much they're using. Like, there's so many factors there, and so I think, I know that IGL cuts it down anyway. So like if you say it's a 4-year, it's been cut down already. But we do that here at Easy End to just make sure that we're exceeding expectations, and that's what our goal is.
You know what my goal is, Dustin? I want to hear some PPF, some pictures maybe for the next show, just to sort of see what you have 1 week. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see what PPF.
You want to see some installs?
Yeah, I want to see some installs.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. For next show, you got a week. You know what I mean? You got a little bit of time. I don't want to see what you did 3 weeks ago. I want to see that ticket date number of this week saying, "Hey,
got it. We can do that.
Okay.
We can do that.
But do it for the people. People want to see that that training, that growth and action, Dustin.
Speaking of
if
training,
I don't hold you to it, who's going to hold you to it? I'm telling you.
Oh, I'll have it. We'll have it. I got you.
Okay.
One thing I need to mention here is our IGL training schedule. It's up on IGLcoatingsusa.com. If you click on trainings, we've launched or announced our training schedule over the next 6 months, and it is packed. So we're going to be in Orlando. We're going to be all over. We're going to have a training at my shop in early January, and then going to be down in Orlando. Going to be at the the SEMA Garage out in Detroit. That's right down the street from you, isn't it, Detroit?
It's not right down the street from me, Dustin.
Man.
It's 5 hours away.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump.
Any in Chicago? Any in the state of Illinois?
Yeah, I feel maybe not. I'm not sure. You'll have to check. I can't. My geography is awful.
We've got a beautiful building with space. It just.
I think maybe we did say we were coming to Europe. I don't know. You need to look at that.
Mike hasn't texted me. Mike.
He hasn't.
No, I'm just on his automated text, and I text back and nothing.
No,
just the Black Friday steals. Yeah.
Oh man,
not deals.
Steals.
You do any Black Friday shopping?
No, I don't shop.
No, I mean for the shop, like for the store.
Okay. Do we buy anything for Easy N, like for the detail for Black Friday? Is that
Yeah. No,
I don't think so.
Really? Okay. Well, we got a minute. So I'm gonna give a quick plug. I did. I went to Clean Garage, had some good stuff, had some good deals, and it was all about trying to take organization and efficiency right? So I wanted to buy stuff that was only going to make that shop a better,
I love
just
that.
easier for the customers, easiher for the employees, whether
Sure.
that's pad holders, wall mounted, all of our tint rolls, PPF rolls, wall mounted in the
Oh,
storage
nice.
room. You know what I mean? So anything we can do to keep things clean, work more efficiently, even little stuff like we found these grips to put on the buckets that we have to move around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little stuff for the
Yeah.
brushes in the buckets. So it was all about just trying to make the shop all the things people won't see.
Oh
And
yeah, and dude, there's so much value in that, and that we'll clean and organize. That's what. Okay, so that was part of our Monday meeting. Was I was like, I walk in the shop and it's a little disarray. We are in the middle of a remodel. I'll give them some leeway there, but
Yeah.
I walk in and we'd already kind of had a talk about quality, and QC
Yeah.
was kind of kicking some stuff back. And I said, I tell you what, I said, there's a reason they don't do surgery on the beach, like, it's clean,
Yeah.
sterile environment. So you gotta, to get clean shit, you
Yeah.
gotta do it in clean shit. Like you can't make something clean and something dirty. And so, like, imagine coming in and having to clean things and there's filth around you.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do it. You got to start. The shop's got to be clean. It's got to be
We got to
organized.
think of like the little stuff, right? We've got these nice cabinets and everything's in there, whether it's
we
the
got it.
bottles, the pads, but
Yeah.
you know what? Even inside the cabinet.
Dude, you open the cabinet and it's,
Yeah. And I know you guys use like your carts, right? I'm going to probably steal
Carts
that pretty
and-
soon.
yeah,
what
we
I
do
mean?
carts
have-
and cabinets. We do
Yeah.
have both. Yeah.
Okay. We see UCC right there. Carts, cabinets.
Carts. The carts are for all the products, and I told you our process here is, each crew has a cart.
Yeah.
Maybe it's each guy now, but anyways, I think it's each.
I was going to
crew
do
has a
each
cart.
guy. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think it was like that, and they got tired. There was too many carts around here, so they moved them. But anyway, so each
Okay.
cart has a par level of products. Like, here's the products that go on it, and it's on a thing in the middle of the cart.
Yep.
This is all. Matter of fact, all around the cart, there's labels where you put
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
All right, and then at the end of the day, every day, that cart gets filled back up
I was going to say filled and checked. You know what I mean? Like, yep.
every day. Every
So
day.
at the end of the day,
Someone
what
comes in
time
at
are
night,
you guys
orders a
usually
couple
done?
hours,
5?
Huh?
5, 6, 7, 8. What time are you guys
What?
done?
Oh no. Our shop closes at 4:30.
Oh, 4:30. So what I see is, let's say the details are done and everything's cleaned up, right?
Mm-hmm.
4:15. What are they doing from 4:15 to 4:30? They're
Oh,
chilling.
they're just shooting the shit.
Yeah, shooting the shit, which is fine. I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to add that one extra layer before they shoot the shit of like, hey, look,
Fill the bomb.
that stuff has to be done. You know what I mean? To make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that it's ready for the next day, or else you're not running an efficient shop, an efficient
No.
operation.
So I pay a lady that comes in here and she works 2 to 3 hours a night, and she comes
Yeah.
in and washes all the towels, folds
Yeah.
them, fills the chemicals, sends them back out. So when the guys show up here, all of their carts are back up to full.
Yeah.
To me, it helps me control the usage. She also tracks, so we measure, we
Yeah.
weigh everything that we fill back up. So every day we have each cart has a usage, how
Yeah.
much degreaser, how much acid, how much,
Yeah.
whatever, glass cleaner, plastic razors, magic erasers, leather bomb, whatever the things
Yeah.
are that we're using on that cart, and that shows you how long it's been since I've been in the shop. Like, no, it's on the cart. It's so she tracks that, and then it
Yeah.
rolls up into a spreadsheet, and then we have an inventory start at the beginning of the week, an inventory end, and then we say, well, what is our reorder trigger? How much are we using in a week's time? Depending on how often we have to order the product, determines how
Yeah.
much inventory we want to carry. So we don't carry like months worth of product down here.
No.
I mean, we carry what we need in order to order it again at the best wherever we can buy it at the best value.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Again, for us, we got our guy that shows up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a truck.
Yeah,
He's got a
truck.
truck.
So we have a truck
55
that comes by
gallons,
and does our
you know.
little house chemicals. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to have it. You got to have it.
Then of course IGL warehouse is 5 miles from here. So
You could probably find some stuff there if you were to run out.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. But we buy it. Listen, the funny thing is we buy it online.
Yeah.
And we pay for it, and then one of the detailers will go pick it up, or the warehouse will bring it to us.
Yeah. Just you know what? For the Polishing Profits, viewers, maybe just drop that, Dustin code that takes 60% off. Just that.
Oh yeah.
Just
It's,
drop it when you're feeling generous, when you don't have the headaches going on. Just right at the end of the show, whoever's listening, for 24 hours. They get the code Dustin for that IGL.
There is no code, Dustin. There is no code, Dustin. You gotta buy it. We gotta buy the product.
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, tell me what kind of carts.
Oh yeah, what kind of carts? We buy the simple ones. Harbor Freight. They're plastic. Yeah. They're the hard composite plastic. Got the
gray ones, right?
Yeah, the little gray one. I want to say they're like $100. They're not cheap. Yeah. They may be $75 or $100. I mean, yeah, we probably have 10 of them. But we don't get we've got the big. We used to call it the Cadillac. When somebody went and bought the big wide son of a gun, you don't need that because nothing really goes in the middle but trash. That's the middle. The more you can eliminate the middle, the more trash gets put on it. But and we don't set our bottles. We hang them by their triggers down through there. So we just grab them.
You busting a lot of triggers there when they get.
Yeah, we broke some triggers. We broke some tops off.
Yeah,
but
that's the only thing. So because Scott brought this up, you look at some of the detailing ones, right, that are custom for detail, and they're not crazy expensive. They're not too much more than $100, but they've got those bottle inlays.
Oh, that would be ideal. I mean,
you know what I mean? So just little things, little costs. Again, I always extrapolate over 5 years. How many triggers am I breaking on all these carts? Okay, let's change that.
Right, and so with a shop like mine, where you got to go in and replace 12 of them, and so you're talking a couple $1,000s in carts. It's like, so that's what slows progress down on a shop like this. Is like, okay, when you're first starting, like, oh, we bought one, we didn't buy 12 at one time.
Yeah,
we bought one.
Whenever you got to change something,
yeah. And so it's like, it's hard to implement. It's expensive to implement change at this point.
And because Scott brought this up, the main reason the carts are important is, again, when you've got tint and PPF coming in, right? Well, you're going to have carts that are going to need some different stuff on it to keep it organized, to keep, you know what I mean? So you can have everything put into the lockers, you know what I mean? But when I go to training, and I'm sure when you guys are training, you guys have those carts and you've got the stuff on the carts, you know exactly where everything is. You're going to keep your tools, which is really important, cleaner for PPF and tint.
And that's what we did. We set a couple carts up for just PPF and tint, and those are in the storage down here. So when they need them, they pull them out. But I'm not going to tell you. I don't have to.
He almost let something. Look at those loose lips. Go ahead. Was this Joel? Is Joel jumping in or what?
No. I'm not saying anything until it's done. All right. I disagree. I polished and coated cars next to a pile of dirt for 6 months. Touche. Just don't say it loud enough for those guys down here.
Yeah, don't let.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's all relative. I just trying to keep the shop clean is a never-ending task.
Yeah. And sometimes you just have a pile of dirt in the middle, and you just got to work around it,
Yeah. What is it? 5 hours is the new 5 minutes, Nick?
Yeah.
I don't even know. What were we talking about?
That's for Detroit. Driving to Detroit.
Oh, yeah. Just hop on.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just pop in. Who knows?
Yeah.
See what's going on that week.
You got to. What's up, Billy Smith?
What up, Billy? So, listen, this is what's going to happen here. Oh, go to for my headaches. There you go.
What is that, Motrin? Is that what he said?
Motrin? Yeah, Motrin.
Oh, man.
That's good stuff.
Much caffeine.
Listen, Dustin, we got, 2 weeks till Christmas?
Oh, God, don't remind me.
Look at you yawning. You're tired. We got headaches going on. We're busy at the shop. It's 2 weeks till Christmas. So for everyone listening, like, hey, get if you've got a free day, you got a slow day, get your stuff done because you won't have that in a week. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's just the way it goes. I did my Christmas shopping last week.
Oh man, that's fantastic. I don't shop. I don't.
Oh, you're an online order?
I don't even know how it happens. I don't tell one of the girls here in the office.
Come on, Dustin. It's the holidays.
No, man, I can't stand it.
We got the, obviously we do our Christmas party there at the shop. Everything's catered in. How is it?
Me and Dustin.
Rob, are you okay from the?
He's still delirious from the wreck.
I just want to know what happened after he came to you in the meeting, and you're just like, "No, go handle it yourself." He walks out that door, and he's like, "Okay, what do I do next?"
No telling.
Right? It's like, "Okay, Dustin's busy. Go get Chelsea."
That's exactly what happened. And and I talked to him. I said, "Man, you've ran a shop before." He's like, "We've never had that problem." He's like, "I didn't even know where to start." Because I got them both together. I pulled him and Chelsea together, and I'm like, "Look, okay, like what's step one?" Both of them were like,
Can someone just send Rob? I'm gonna send you a box of chocolates, Rob.
Let me tell you a funny story too. I'll find another funny story. Is Rob and I have been walking right after lunch together. He's wanting to, kind of lose some weight and stuff. So I told him, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll walk with you. And the first day we go walking, he's telling me about something that's going on at the office. And it really, I didn't know it, and it really pissed me off. I ended up like having a meeting, and the person got, I don't say got fired, but quit like in the middle of all this. But like Rob's just telling me like, hey, I don't know if you know, but it's like kind of this is going on.
Yeah.
And so like as it hits me, like this is our first walk, 5 minutes into our walk, and I'm furious. I'm like, I'm steam
The walk is
walking.
ruined.
I'm
The
calling,
walk is, yeah.
let's go back to the office. Get back to the office, and I just
Yeah,
lost
go.
it. Yeah. So the next time we walk, I was like, all right, Rob, I'm just going to tell you, we're not talking about work on this walk. Like that was miserable for me. And he's like, dude, you have no idea. I didn't know what to do.
He needs those walks, Dustin.
Dude,
That's
no,
his.
oh
Give
no,
Rob
it's a
his
rule
bench
now.
press.
It's a rule. We can only talk personal
Justice
stuff.
for Rob. Okay.
He said, I'm not okay. I love me some Rob. Anyway, yeah, he just him and Chelsea just was in
Oh,
a pure
God, that's
state
funny.
of panic. And I get it. I mean, they were radiating what the detailer was radiating. So, all right,
Listen,
gotta go.
good
Great
stuff.
show. Yeah,
Fun
man,
show.
great
Okay,
show.
we'll see you next week. Remember, don't forget your challenge. I want to see pictures. PPF.
Yeah, I got you. Pictures of the PPF install.
Maybe-
We got it. What do you say? I was scared. I was about to
Cut my
cut my
legs
legs
off,
off
never
and never
walk
walk again.
God.
Oh man, love me some Rob. Great guy.
All
All right, see you,
guys have a
Nick.
good
Thank y'all.
weekend, okay? Peace
All
out.
right, buddy. See you.